Hey, what's up, gang? It is Matt with OddsJam, and today's video just going to be going over the running back specific props for the Super Bowl. So quarterback, wide receiver / tight ends done in a different video. For this one, we are just looking at the running backs. So obviously, you got to start with rushing yards. So I didn't have a play on the Cam Akers one. The OddsJam perfect line prices his total at 68.5, with pretty heavily juiced towards the under. But we're getting it 4 yards lower, but still at minus 110 odds towards the under. So not seeing anything sharp there. I do have a play on Joe Mixon. So similar here, you're getting Mixon over under 62.5. The OddsJam perfect line has it priced at minus 113 towards the under. We get a full extra yard, and we're getting it at minus 115 on BetMGM. So I do think that one's a sharp play. My quarterback video, I talked a lot about how I'm in on the passing props in this one, which means unless I expect a ton of yards, got to be out on the under. Passing props, which I am. So this is going to be a smaller $75 play. Mixon under 63.5 on BetMGM. The next one I really liked was Sony Michel under 20.5. So the OddsJam perfect line prices his at 16.5. We're getting it a full 4 yards higher than that. Minus 131 I don't love, but there's just no way he's going to hit that in my opinion. I mean, if you look at his stats, I have Joe Mixon's up here, but let me pull up Sony Michel's stats. Since Cam Akers came back, which was pretty much the second week of the playoff, I mean, the last 2 weeks, 1 rushing attempt, 4 yards, 10 rushing attempts, 16 yards. He did have 13 for 58 against Arizona, but A, they were up that whole game. So they needed to run the ball. And B, that was Cam Akers before he really came back. So Sony Michel under 20.5 on PointsBet. Rushing yards, I absolutely love. Then there's another play that I thought was really good. Looking at receptions, if I could find that, player total receptions. So no play on Cam Akers. And there was no play for plus EV on Joe Mixon. But looking at Samaje Perine, so he has become the passing down back for the Bengals. They really like him. His over-under is priced at 1.5. So the OddsJam perfect line has the over at minus 110, the under at minus 108. That's 18 cents in market with. That's essentially even money with a little bit more favorable towards the over. And we are getting that at plus 105 on BetMGM and Caesars. So I actually already took this bet on a live stream, but I love it so much I'm going to take it again. Samaje Perine over 1.5 receptions. The next one I wanted to look at was receiving yards for the running backs, specifically player receiving yards. Here we go. So no play on Cam Akers for whatever reason. The OddsJam perfect line. There's no price for it on Pinnacle. But looking at Joe Mixon, if I could find it. So the OddsJam perfect line prices his at 28.5. Pretty heavily favored towards the under, minus 138. But a full 4 yards lower, we could get the over at minus 110. I think that's great value. Like I said, Samaje Perine has been the the receiving back mostly for the Bengals, but Mixon gets a decent amount of work mostly in this screen game. He doesn't get a lot of passing down work on like third downs and stuff, but he gets a lot of screens. So this is going to be a smaller $50 play for me. Joe Mixon over 24.5 receiving yards. But this one, another one I love, Samaje Perine. So the OddsJam perfect line prices his at 13.5. All the way down at 9.5, we can get minus 110 odds on BetMGM and DraftKings. Obviously, I'm in on his receptions over, so I think that's a really good bet. I absolutely love it. So this is going to be another one of my $100 bets. Samaje Perine over 9.5 receiving yards. So that's all I got for you. Fortunately, there were no other plus EV plays on rushing attempts, longest rush, any of that stuff. Just left you with 5 total plays. Mixon under 63.5 rushing yards. Samaje Perine over receptions and receiving yards. Sony Michel under 20.5 rushing yards. And Joe Mixon over 24.5 receiving yards. And that's all I got for you. So please let me know if you're tailing. Would love a comment on the video. Hit me up on Twitter at my handle below. If you're fading, please let me know as well. I would love to know what you disagree with and what I got wrong. And then other than that, please rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff on the YouTube channel. Help us grow. Just want to make sure we're cashing with as many people. And that's all I got for you. So happy betting, happy watching, and good luck.